Alright, in this video we're going to be explaining the process to get cash buyers in the Greater Tampa Realtor MFR login. This can be used for the whole state of Florida. So, first thing we're going to do is go to Matrix. Alright, right there. This is going to be for cash. So again, there are 4 different types of properties that we're going to be researching to find cash buyers. The first is going to be cash. All right. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to go to search residential quick. We're going to take out the actives. We're just going to put sold. And this is going to be the date that we tell you. And it's typically going to be the entire last quarter. So, for example, the beginning of July until the end of September of this year. We're going to scroll down. The first thing that we're going to do is single family home and townhome. All right, those are the ones that we're interested in. In Florida, you can also put mobile home. All right. So the sold terms are going to be all cash. Last thing you're going to do is you're going to search your zip code right here. Let's just pretend we are doing 33701. Alright, that leaves us with 33 matches. Alright, what you're going to do is you're going to go to results. By the way, for the purposes of this, right now, go ahead and do January 1st to the end of September. But more often than not, it's going to be last quarter, okay? So just ask us for that. What are the parameters for the date search? Sorry, skip the map. Don't do the map. Go to results. What you're going to do is you're going to organize it first by price in ascending order. So lowest price first. Just keep on clicking current price. Boom. All right. Now, you're going to click on this word all. And you're going to export this Excel sheet. You're going to use the cash buyer export. You're going to click export and then boom. You're going to open this up. And this is what it looks like. All right. So we have all of these properties. All these properties were properties that were sold for cash in the Florida area, whatever area we're asking you to target. So we're going to go through. We're going to go back to the MLS, go to back to results. And then we're going to uncheck these. And then we're going to go through every single property. Okay? We're going to go through these one by one. And we're going to check to see if they are investment properties. The way that you can see if they're investment properties is if it says fixer-upper, investor special, handyman special, TLC, needs renovation, as is, or cash. Any of those, it's a cash investment property, which means it was bought for cash. So right here, right, it was bought for cash. Okay, terms all cash. And there was one picture. Whenever there's one picture, almost always an investment property. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this first button here, which is the real estate property detail. This is the tax record. This shows us the tax record for this property. Okay. We're going to see who the owner is. It's Fairfax Buyers LLC. Right. Sometimes if this sold date was like yesterday or the day before, sometimes this might not be updated, okay? This might be the previous owner. So what you're going to do is scroll down, go to last market and sales history, and you're going to make sure you're going to match up the dates. So this was sold 7/10, right? July 10th. Sometimes it's off by like 2, 3, or 4, or 5, 6 days. So you can see here that this is clearly the one. The buyer, we're looking for the buyer. Oh, it's Fairfax Buyers LLC. So what you're going to do is you're going to copy that, okay? You're going to go to your Excel sheet. First of all, what you're going to do is you're going to make this a table. You're going to add 2 columns. One's the cash buyer, and the next is type of cash buyer. All right. And this is the first one, 615 13th Avenue South. So you're going to put it in here, Fairfast Buyers LLC. Now, there are only three types of cash buyers for the purposes of this exercise. The first one is going to be your most common. It's going to be rehabber. Okay. Second one is going to be developer, and the last one is going to be buy/hold. So rehabber is anyone that takes a current property like this one, existing property, fixer-upper, right? Anything that says fixer-upper, investor special, rehab needed, or renovation needed. That's going to be a rehabber. Okay, it's an existing home. They're going to renovate it and they're going to resell it. So this one is actually a rehabber. Okay, for your guys' knowledge, the developer is anyone who builds homes or who takes an existing structure and builds new on top of it. Okay, the buy and hold, which is the last property, is going to be any properties that are rental properties. All right, so because the majority of them are going to be rehabbers, just keep that in mind. The majority of these are going to be rehabbers. I'm going to show you what to look for in order, to look for developer buy and hold. I'm going to just write it right here. So words to look for and things to look for is fixer-upper, investor special, handyman special, needs rehab, needs renovation. Developer is land. Any land is going to be a developer, or tear down. Okay, and then this is for cash. When you're looking at renovated properties, you're looking at new construction, new home, newly built. Right? Because obviously what the developer wants to do is take land, build a new house, and then sell the new house. So this kind of goes into what I'm saying. So the first two properties that we're looking at is cash and renovated properties. Those are the two transactions. An investor, they buy a property for cash, they renovate it, and then they resell it for either they renovate it or they build a new home and they resell it. Right? So there's one transaction, the first transaction, and then the second transaction. Okay? So back to this. Let's just look at a few more. Again, this is one picture, so we're going to go ahead and say that it's an investment property as well. Okay, and who's the owner or who bought the property? You're going to go back and look at the date, 5/1/17. Who was the buyer? 5/1/17. All right. Now, this may not have been a cash property. Whenever you see this that says for statistical purposes only down here, then do not add it. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to take this address, we're going to look at it, 651 Newton, and we're going to go ahead and delete it out from here. All right? And then we're going to go on to the next one. So all we're looking for is investment properties. If they're not investment properties, go ahead and delete them from this Excel sheet. All right, next. Fixer-upper, boom. Or tear down and build, right? But if it's either or, just go ahead and call it a rehab property. So this is a rehabber. And then we're going to look at the tax record, and we're going to see who bought this property on 8/25. The buyer on 8/25 was Lipari 52 Corp. Okay? Go ahead and copy that. Here, rehabber. On to the next. Boom. Next one. All right, this one's perfect. Rental investment property opportunity. So what is that? That is buy and hold. And let's see who bought the property on 2/28. Let's see who bought the property. $228 buyer Del Rahim Investments LLC. Boom. Okay. Good to go. Next. Investment property sold as is. All right. So this one's probably a rehab. Look at the pictures. I mean, it just said investment property. So what I'm gonna do is look at the pictures. I'm gonna see who bought the property on 8/4. Who bought the property on 8/4? Right here. The buyer, Boatswain LLC. All right, you're gonna keep doing this until you get to the end. Now, let me show you an example of a cash property. Sometimes people just buy cash, properties for cash, and they're not investors. So let me show you an example of this one. Something that doesn't say investment property or cash or as is or fixer up or anything like that. So let me show you this. Right here, location, location, location. Usually when there's a long description, it's usually not an investor, right? Prime location, new roof. You know, this doesn't have anything that pertains to an investment. So what we're going to do is delete this one. So 116 Northeast 6th Ave. 116 48 right here. Okay, that's an example of one. Another one, this historic bungalow, yada 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 yada. It's a nice, nice description. They're trying to sell it like it was a normal home. So whenever it's a normal home, as you can see, it's normal, right? It looks nice. It's not completely investor renovated, but it looks nice. It's a nice home. So, but whoever bought this bought it for cash, right? We are not going to mark this as an investment property. So 1030 Beach Drive, delete. All right, understand? Thank you. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure to fill out this entire spreadsheet. Obviously, you're going to delete out some you're going to keep, but this whole thing is going to be filled out, and then proceed to the next video, step 2, for the next step. Thank you. Oh, and one thing that I forgot, when you're dealing with cash property, since this is the cash property video, you're going to want to delete the entire list agent info, name, phone, and MLS ID. Go ahead and delete that, all right? Because we're only dealing with the selling agent. The selling agent is the agent who represented the buyer. So again, the goal here is to get the phone numbers and emails for the agent, which we'll be doing in the next step, for the agent and the cash buyer, and the agent who represented the cash buyer, and also the cash buyer, right? So that's what we're doing here. So we only need the sell agent. Thank you.